Hello, and welcome to Next Week Now, the only show that predicts the news and is gentle with my wife. I'm liberal freedom fighter Trevor Nitschke, and I'm not a white guy telling you that you deserve rights. I'm just a guy telling you that you deserve rights, who just happens to be white. Welcome to the show. We apologize for letting that mongrel Davis Grant host last week, spitting out conservative hate speech and definitely most positively diddling kids. And if that man dares, and I mean dares, to get near our beloved children again, I will go crazy ass on him and write a strongly worded listicle on BuzzFeed. Now with that out of the way, let's get to the news. So it's official. Bill Cosby, a once beloved icon, has now been sentenced to jail where he will pay for all of his heinous crimes towards women. Many are happy to see justice properly served and are comforted that the rich and famous don't always get away with their crimes. However, there are some people that expect to see even more repercussions. Some believe that Hollywood should remove Bill Cosby's star from the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hollywood responded that they wouldn't, as no star has ever been removed before. Surprising liberals everywhere, Donald Trump, a person who definitely, without questions, deserves his star on the Walk of Fame, tweeted that he would sign an executive order to get rid of Cosby's star, and it would be aptly named Bill Cosby. That's Bill as in policy. Cosby, not to be confused with Bill Cosby, the previously mentioned rapist. However, Donald J. Trump misunderstands and interprets that Bill Cosby's Walk of Fame as an actual literal star in the sky that must be destroyed. So, Donald Trump has decided that this will be the first and official defining act of Space Force. But, just to make sure that everything goes off without any problems, Donald Trump is going to enlist UT's very own Matthew McConaughey, specifically Cooper, Matthew's character from Interstellar. Trump is quoted as saying, "It's great. That documentary is bigly. It's great. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Maybe if we're lucky, Cooper can put up the American flag that Ryan Gosling forgot about, and we can get started on a space wall." With no choice but to fight for patriotism, Matthew McConaughey decides to go with Space Force and goes and blows up Cosby's star. However, as anyone knows, when you blow up a star, a black hole is spawned. Matthew McConaughey is then sucked into a black hole, just like he was in Interstellar. But this time, instead of helping his daughter cure the farming crisis, Matthew warns us all of Cosby's future behaviors. Bill Cosby ends up never becoming famous, and instead of another prolific black actor of that time, gets to start his own family-friendly TV show. And guess what? It's Mr. T. And instead of The Cosby Show, the new TV show that raises everyone up on good morals is Mr. T's Tea Time. Mr. T ends up talking about toxic masculinity and raising the next generation of men into being very wholesome and respectable young men, ending each episode with, "And that's the tea, sucka, the Mr. T tea." Before we know it, men everywhere are becoming sweethearts. Some have even gone on record to say that Bill Cosby is the greatest thing to ever happen to women. That's Bill as in policy. Cosby, let's just pretend I didn't just say that, and let's pivot on to our next segment. Television. I'm on it. You watch it. It's a magical place. But not every show can be as picture perfect as Next Week Now. Every once in a while, you have a show that just keeps beating a horse, and even after the horse has died, somehow it comes back to life to be a zombie horse, and the show beats it some more. I'm, of course, talking about The Walking Dead. It was recently announced that The Walking Dead would be receiving another 10 full seasons of content. In response, people all over the world collectively groaned. And we here at Next Week Now understand your annoyance. And to save you any ounce of temptation that you might have of tuning back in to see what The Walking Dead is up to, here is the full plot leak of each of The Walking Dead seasons. Season 1. All of your favorite Walking Dead cast members have been officially bitten and affected by the zombie disease. And the show decides to heighten up the drama by becoming much more soap opera-like. This season will begin to focus on two overweight zombies trying to find love. A zombie who wants to find a more meaningful career in acting, and a zombie that wants to find his real zombie dad. It's called This Was Us. In season 2, the zombie finds his zombie dad. Yay! The zombie dad then sits down his son to tell him the story of how he met his zombie mother, only to find out that the mother has been dead the whole time. It's How I Ate Your Mother. Season 3. After discovering that his zombie dad ate his mom, he calls the cops and sends his zombie dad to a zombie minimum security women's prison in Connecticut. It's Orange is the New Decay. Season 4. A sketchy lawyer who loves dealing with shady types and Walter Whites is going to help zombie dad escape. It's Better Call Saul. 5. With his fresh new start, zombie dad tries to start fresh and make a new family full of progressive elements, like an interracial marriage, a gay marriage, and a straight marriage. But oh no, zombie dad can't help himself and ends up eating the mom again. It's Postmodern Family. Season 6. Zombie dad spirals into a depression full of alcohol and loneliness as the show becomes self-aware and realizes that it was much better in the early 20-teens. To help with views, the head producers begin to make the show animated and exclusively on Netflix. It's BoJack Zombie Man. 7. The new animation style has brought in a huge kid following and sprung the show back to life. Disney picks it up and decides to rebrand as Cory in the Corpse. Some see it as an innocent show about a zombie kid in the White House, while others remember it as the best anime of all time. Yeah? Season 8. If you're still following me and still somehow think The Walking Dead hasn't jumped the shark yet, well, The Walking Dead ends up jumping the literal shark by deciding to make a full-blown motion picture as their 8th new season. Capitalizing on the recent Sharknado 69 Oscar and the Grammy of Daddy Shark Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo, Cory the Corpse must fight against a tornado that also has zombie sharks. It's Sharkdeado. Season 9. The Walking Dead has blown all of its money on the movie production and goes completely bankrupt. But all of the writers have, up and quit. And the show has become completely improv. So it's called Who's Still Alive Anyway? Season 10. The final season of Walking Dead drags along for 13 episodes and a whole 3 loyal fans. But in the very final episode ever, Rick Grimes makes a special guest appearance. He turns to the camera and says, "Live from New York, it's Saturday night!" Thus proving once again that SNL just has no idea when to end their sketches. Now let's go to our conspiracy theory correspondent, Austin Veach, who's got the scoop on the poop. Wow. What a great joke, right? I hope my wife, laughs at this joke when I tell it to her later, and maybe, just maybe, she'll let me be the big spoon.